Alright, today's question, guys, comes from our buddy Jake, and he says, I've had a lucid dream, but it seems to just last 2 seconds and then it just stops, right? It's very short. I tend to enter a lucid dream and be like, oh, okay, yes, I'm dreaming, it's happened, it's worked. But then what happens is he just wakes up, and he says, why do I wake up? Why do the lucid dreams last so little time? Why do they just seem like a flash in the pan, right? Well, this is something which lots of people have the same problem where they learn how to lucid dream, they learn basic techniques for controlling your dreams, basic techniques, the wake-induced, the wild meditation, and they have a lucid dream, right? And maybe you're similar. Maybe you've had the same sorts of issues. I don't know. Leave a comment. And what happens is you enter a lucid dream, and straight away you wake up. And this can happen for a number of reasons. Okay, so the first one is that you're doing something too engaging or too exciting. And so what I mean by that is you're fighting people, animals. You're having sex. You're running around like crazy, or you're shaking up the dream consciousness. Okay. Now, what I mean by the dream consciousness is your innate sense of whether you're awake or dreaming. Now, this is going to sound a bit crazy, but from my experience, it sort of works most of the time. Imagine the entire dream is like an organism. It's like a living thing, yeah? And you are like a tiny part of that organism, the lucid dreamer, the dreaming entity, the body, right? Your awareness. You're a tiny part of this big organism that's just swirling around in your head, okay? The more you shake it up, so the more you run around having sex with people or tearing down buildings or getting into danger or perceived danger, the less stable the organism's going to be, right? And another thing is, if you, for example, run around saying, I'm lucid, I'm dreaming, here I am, look at me, the whole organism is going to sort of collapse on itself. It might not happen straight away, and it might not even happen every time. But generally speaking, and I don't know why it works, but it does, generally speaking, the more you shake things up in that dream world, the less stable it's going to be. And so the first thing to do, if you really want to stay in the dream for longer, at least until you're more experienced, right? Because the more experience you get, the more skills you have for staying in the dream, stabilizing it, that sort of thing. If you're less experienced, just try and do less engaging or exciting things. I know it sucks, and I know it's not what you want to hear, but until you've learned how to stabilize and stay in the dream for longer, the most important thing you need to do is just to be less engaged with what you're doing. Don't go around shouting, I'm dreaming, because it's going to collapse the dream. And all your hard work, all of your reality checks you've been practicing, all of the meditation you've been doing throughout the day, and all the anticipation is just going to be ruined because you have got too excited in the dream and you just collapsed it after 2 seconds. I mean, it's still cool, right? You still had a lucid dream. And well done for that. That's an achievement in itself. But in order to have longer and more profound experiences, you need to stabilize the dream. And at the start, at least, right? The first few months of your practice, you're going to have to do it I guess you could say the boring way, right? The way where you're not as engaged and you're not doing those crazy, emotionally arousing things. Okay, so that's the first one. I'm not sure if this applies to you, but I'm just going on the message I received, the email I received. The second one, okay, and this comes down to I guess I want to say the physics of the dream, even though it's not really the right term. I mean the sort of foundation, the structure, and the basic things you would have had to do to have a lucid dream and to enter the dream space. So what I mean by that is, if you are not getting enough sleep, if you're tired, right? No, sorry, if you're not tired and you're not getting enough sleep, the dream won't be as stable. So a really effective way of making the dream a lot more stable and staying in it for longer and having more lucid dreams just comes down to exercising. And like recently, I've been going to the gym a lot more often, and I find that just by doing that, just nothing else, like just that alone, makes my dreams feel like they're lasting longer. It makes them more vivid, and it makes them more likely to be lucid. I've had 2 lucid dreams in the last few days, right? Just naturally, because I've been exercising more. And so that's another thing you could try. You want to make yourself tired, so that when you go to sleep, the sleep that you have is really stable. And it's almost like you're sedating yourself, right? I know it sounds funny, but it's almost like you're running around like crazy during the day, doing all these things, exercising, talking to loads of people, really expending yourself, spending all your energy. But so that when you go to sleep, the opposite can happen. You can then go in and you can relax, deeply sleep. You can shut down, like your muscles are more likely to shut down faster when you're tired, because your body is craving the sleep. It's craving the dreams in a way. So that's it, guys. Go ahead and leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.